Hey, did you miss me? I'm gonna try something a little different. I was about to do this for myself, but I thought of all you guys. Whoever needs this, if you're new to my channel, I'm totally sporadic and inconsistent, but definitely building towards both those things. So, yeah, I'm B, and I'm gonna do a little Popeye here and get a couple messages for us, the United Souls, warriors of good things. Hope you enjoy and find something beautiful. If you're feeling my vibes, like, share, and subscribe. Help me share whatever I feel the need to share when the times are right, with all the other good people and United Souls all in this for, the highest benefit of everyone involved. Okay, so first off, I'm going to use my Mayan deck. I hope you don't mind, but on occasion I go into a little bit of accent. Well, actually, it's kind of rare, I think, on the channel, but I have this thing I do sometimes, and it's, all in good fun. Never any mockery. Not really my thing unless it's pushed my way. Then maybe I'll return the favor. There's the first one. I think I'm just going to actually keep it at one. And two wanted to come out, so I actually kind of saw that, so I don't want to do that. I'm going to do... Yeah, okay. So I'm just going to scramble these so I'm not influencing this draw in any such manner. Right. That'll be it. So this is from a Mayan oracle that it was published in 2013 after the whole 2012 awakening. Yeah. And I'm going to try and keep it short and sweet, but sometimes I have a tendency to get going and get a little sidetracked. I never mean to not share whatever message I may have gotten excited about or a detail, that I say I'm going to talk a little bit more in depth about, and then I get going down a different trail. But as a channel, I'm beginning to recognize how what truly is important in the moment will be shared, and I'm also learning to release those things that, I've been hard on myself over the years for not getting things out all the time that come to me, or I'll get a hunch about something and I'll just kind of leave it be, right? But I recognize how that's been a part of my personal journey of working through details in this human process of things, the process of the whole, and always having been a very spiritual person. In my journey, there were times when I shut down because there was conditioning details in place that, I'm not gonna lie, it deterred me from doing certain things. And what I've come to terms with is it's okay. I forgive myself, and I recognize that regardless of anything, everything will work out. And as long as I'm staying true to my heart and, that ascension and process of my soul journey, I can do no harm, because that has been a big, big thing for me in even some of this like shadow work I've been doing. Sorry, I know I sometimes I just start getting going. I was gonna read to you guys. It's still me talking. Um, but the fluidity stuff going, like I like the idea of, like being here and being real with you as you see me and stuff, but I also don't want to totally get caught up in the 3D element of things and, you know, oh, I haven't had a shower yet, brushed my teeth, but all those little details in our human stuff that um, can hold us back from just going with it. And yeah, a lady of the winds. I don't want to hold back anymore when it feels right or slow myself down because whatever, you know? So thank you for being here, for like, sharing, and subscribing because honestly, I just want to be there for as many people as I can whenever I can. And I understand in the physical it's not that easy all the time. So this is going to be another means, if you're missing me, like, share, subscribe. No, just subscribe to my channel or pop in on the YouTube whenever and check out my channel. And maybe there'll be another message there and it'll give you something you need. So that's ultimately my intentions with this channel is to help guide all us good people on this journey back to our better selves. Yeah. Love and light. We're gonna go into this. So, oh, that's cool. That's the card I had kind of sneak peeked, and then I didn't want to influence it, but that's what it looks like. And this card, I'm going to read straight from the book because it is very beautiful and it's going to offer all the details of the message. I used to think, like, is it bad to look at the book or, like, what if I leave something out important? Because I've always been more of an intuitive reader. And, like, I've worked with tarot on and off for, like, probably over 20 years now. And it, the structure inside some things, I realized, like, I've kind of held back, like, in my gifts. And I share a lot with people when I can. And it feels great. But sometimes I'd notice like, I should have said this or whatever. And going back to the point I made of, if it's meant to come out, it will. And I'm just kind of, back inside that trust for myself and the journey and really hope that if you're needing particular guidance, you can reach out to, I do offer personal readings. Everything is absolutely by donation. Because I'm in trust that people will be more than fair. But I also, I never want money to be a factor in holding people back if there's guidance that necessarily, like, that will come through me for you, right? If it's there, it's there. Spirit will guide us. Yes. This card, oh yeah. Now I'm remembering I'm still learning this stuff more in depth, like to know which card is which, but this card in particular is advisors. It's the advice. That's awesome what I was just talking about. So what they say here is there are inherent truths hidden in the fabric of reality. Ancient experts were given the task of unraveling these truths and giving advice. These were advisors who were priestesses, priests, sibyls, seers, prophets, astronomers, dreamers, dancers, scholars, and many other kinds of specialists. The ancient advisors knew how to gaze into flames, bones, smoke, leaves, crystals, clouds, and animal behavior, and how to mirror their unheard voices. 8 is the advisor card's number. The number 8 has achieved knowledge and authority. As such, 8 becomes a guiding number. In the ideal, advisors guide and assist one in the process of evolving to a higher state. The ancient calendars were divided into 8 parts and charted 8 Venus counterclockwise positions in alignment with Earth. The number 8 can be very lucky. Okay, wow. I got to put my 2 cents in there. This is so awesome. This is happening right now. Because I actually wanted to record something the other day about like a bit of a channel I had gotten on the figure 8 once upon a time. And then it evolves. And it's really cool because I was wondering, like, what is it with this figure 8 and that being infinite? Because it's like we're going in a fucking loop. Who wants to be going in a loop all the time? And, I was talking to somebody about this, and it was like, the way they explained it was, well, but if you look at it from a different perspective, right, it's not just that 8 in the 3D. And then, I kind of started seeing this like slinky effect, right? That energetic effect. I'm totally channeling right now. It's cool. And then it'll be like a bit of like what I've already come to know. And then like as I'm talking with you, this is so amazing. Like I never even realized what I did all these years. It's always been natural, right? So it's like putting things into perspective and then, being able to share this with you guys because, like if we're all growing and evolving, right? So and returning like home, right? And it's just like, wow, this is so cool. Like actually being able to put the voice and the proper like guidance there that, might give you that, whoa, I get it now. And I love it. I'm so grateful for like all my guides. But yeah, the figure 8 and the infinite and what I like came to was the figure 8 is the self, like the individual self. And our journey back to one and, like the mastery, the ascension, because then when we consciously decide to make the descent and then ascent and descent and so yeah, like the individual's journey, right? And then like the spiral, that symbolism of infinite would be, because that to me was always like that's eternal. It's the spiral. And ultimately that is what it is like it's the spiral dance of all of us together back into one and the whole. And that is truly infinite. And that figure 8 would be like the infinite of the self into like the self journey, because we're never truly separated or like disconnected, so to speak, right? That's an illusion. And any form of segregation tactic or like that art of war to divide and conquer is ultimately fuckery. That I say and trust. Pure truth. Veritas. That's what I speak. That was for everybody. Like, yes! I'm so excited. Okay. So, advisors. Okay, yeah, so the figure 8, that was another point I wanted to make. I'm just going to read that last paragraph again for the emphasis. But 8 is the advisor card's number. The number 8 has achieved knowledge and authority. It becomes a guiding number. So yeah, like going back to assist one in the process of evolving to a higher state. And so it's like our return to the self, but ultimately, like, that advisor and the figure eight and that being symbolic of the self, is like coming back into the trust of ourselves and in intuition, like we're into it. We got it. We got that trust in ourselves that, like we are ultimately our greatest advisor, like the one on the front line, so to speak. And then, like people that you get those good vibes from, and, it's just everything about it feels right, even though sometimes it's like, you might be going through a glitchy time in your life where all this technological evolution and whatnot, things can be a little scattered, right? Very cellularized and not as honed focus. And, like, because I'm totally gonna go off a tangent, so I'm gonna stop myself there. Messages. Love it, love it, love it. But yeah, like trust in the self, right? And so we're right now we're in a process of like reconditioning ourselves. And it's so, so important right now because like a lot of stuff that's happening in the world, like nothing ever was of original intent to force any form of life, nor to seduce and then freaking whatever, right? Like how some animals and stuff and like, oh my god, fucking I'm gonna go on a different tangent. So we're meant to have our free will and to make choices, and intuitively, innately we know what is right. And so it's coming back to that trust within ourselves and honoring life, all forms of life, because like this planet, if you're in human form and you're here, like this is our house, straight up. And like, man, when you look at the way you take care of the inside of your home, your physical home, your, like, okay, because yeah, like this is my home, my temple. And sometimes I'm a total shithead, absolutely. Am I never not going to be? Probably not, because I'm here for a good time. But I do want to stick around for a long time too. So, I'm going to balance and moderate things so that I can do that. And that's like ultimately what I encourage for everyone, right? Is like the, going back to the advisors, like part of my shadow working process and stuff, and where I came to, like for a while, I was honestly scared to go outside because it was like, I don't want to fuck anything up. I don't want to like hurt anything or anyone, and it's, yeah, call me a hippie, but it's like, honestly, like even my worst enemy, I don't wish harm on anyone or anything. And if I've ever come across that way, and you're seeing this right here, right now, like I deeply apologize because we're on a journey to be in total alignment. And like, if that was your interpretation, then there was part of the alignment that was off, whether it was from me or from you. It's okay. But like, I want you to know that I would never like want to be a detriment in any way. And so if, like I was that to you in any way, please, like, I hope this gives you the alignment that you need and to the encouragement to like look within and face our own shadows, right? So that we don't run into those issues that just fuel the divide and conquer tactic. Because honestly, I don't think there's going to be any conquering. The ultimate conquering is the conquering of the self, which is another form of mastery, which is like all the good things rolled into one, and just acceptance and recognizing that like positive and negative are ultimately nothing until we define them, and we're not meant to be taking away from the pure state of anything. I'll finish reading. I'm so in love with life lately, guys, and I just like that's all I want for everybody. It's awesome. And I don't want to annoy people that are bitter. Just like, anyways, okay. So the number 8 can be very lucky. Advisors can help you shape a strategy for radically altering your field of play. If you seek advice, listen to plants, animals, trees, elders, minerals, ancestors, spiritual teachers, or other sensible experts. I love the way they did that. Advice is germane to the surroundings. That is so beautiful, because also, too, like credentials, straight up. I am not going to pay like thousands of dollars saying that I know what I'm talking about, because it's never about the money. And I honestly think that like the educational system needs some pretty positive changes to it. But I don't think anybody should be denied the help that they need because, or, like a doctor, okay? Not all doctors are deserving or worthy of, or have the fucking knowledge to have those kind of credentials. I have mad respect for doctors, absolutely. But, the way certain things have been set up and whatnot, my my personal fan goes out to like those who are genuine, know what they're doing in the practice for the right reasons, not pushing all the pharmaceuticals, but having a balanced draw and recognition of other forms of therapy, whether it's natural or whatever. Like everything has its place in this time, and so it's being open and having that trust within the self so that you can get the help that you need for yourself in whatever way that may be. And that the right people will be there for you, and not one choice is necessarily above another. But ultimately, just how far we've come from the natural ways that we were meant to be existing in this place. I I honestly, I get it. Like modern medicine has come a long way, but it's not the only way. We need to have a balanced integration of everything and recognize that it's never been about the fucking money, because money can be just a detriment and a deterrent from what actually is. So I really hope, I really actually hope that a lot of people like will share this with others that may just kind of need this little bit of a nudge, and like realizing there is never just one way, or like the way it's got to be, because we're not meant to make or force anything, on anyone. So don't try and make me believe what you're talking about. I want to feel it right from the soul. Like, and, also to like trust myself that, yeah, and this is, yeah, I'm talking to you. Trust yourself. As, if something feels off, fucking honor yourself. Okay? Because that's the beauty of having the choice, don't be afraid to stand alone rather than move through a room full of people wearing fake masks. Fuck. I lead a rich internal life. I love my company. And sometimes it's like fucking so nice to just be the only one in the room. And so I really hope that everyone out there that's seeing this, like I hope you can find that too. It's important part of the journey, right? Path of the warriors, spiritual warriors. Um Learn to heighten your awareness of the immediate. See with new eyes the scene unfolding around you. The signs are waiting for your interpretation. Pray, meditate, teach yourself a divinatory system. Take responsibility for your actions. Teach children that they are capable of conscious decision making and do not have to be the victims of cultural bias and conditioning. This is really fucking important right now, people. The world is alive when you respond to the synchronicity of each moment. Thank you. Animals, the weather, the trees, and plant spirits offer you the wisdom of the ages. There are countless stories of human lives saved because someone paid attention. Advisors are related to 4 different levels of understanding: emotional, physical, psychical, and spiritual. Psychical or mental um, would be good. Advisors minimize stress. Advisors tell us that life is process and we need to get past our difficulties. We need to release and not cling to problems. If you are simply looking for practical advice, there is a rich landscape of advisors in offices and libraries. Do some intelligent digging to find the right advisor. Good advisors are solvers and not a hidden furtherance to your problems. In other words, they don't string you out. The advisor card may suggest that you have inadequate information about a given situation. It may indicate the need for concentrated analysis and planning. It says to be relentless and thorough in your pursuit of the facts. Ask yourself, how do I get organized to pursue my intentions? Is there an objective observer, wise person you can draw on for support? As an advisor can act as an advocate for a particular point of view. A true advisor teaches one how to become aware and how to avoid inner conflict. The true advisor's great gift is the recognition of every aspect of a problem. Advisors teach us to face into both light and darkness, and that means to discover your real power within. Divination is such a tool. For instance, what advice does the puma have for you? Oh, I love it. Okay, the puma is before the cougar, people. I'm sorry, that was an inside joke. Shout out to Heather if you're seeing this. I'll never forget that lady. You're such a beautiful woman. Does the puma point you to a new role within the question? Eagle sees the complexity of any situation and sees the need for adjustments. Snake is wise and grounded and can find the exact spot within a question to focus energy. Wolf may suggest you seek advice from a recognized authority. On the other hand, you are the authority you seek. Advisor's card tells you to listen to the advice that is all around and to access your deepest knowing. Do not expect advisors to provide you with a complete answer. This card instructs you to examine your advice carefully and look critically at what is working for you and what is working against you. Obtain clarity and then act upon your understanding. The advisor you seek is within. So I just want to add to that, like what's happening with the attempt at mandatory injections in vaccine that we don't have all the facts on. Sorry, I'm just finishing a recording. I'll be right there. So that we don't have all the facts on, right? So just remember those words, like from the advisor card, like, and what I said, mandatory. Mandatory. I'm going to play with that one later because individual, right? It's like in divide you all. Well, the internal journey, it can be divided but never disconnected. And then when we come back, you all. We return it and come back to each other, right? They're not going to divide us all. We're going to do our inside work and get the point, and then we're going to come back to the whole and like share the good stuff that we discovered, ideally, in this perfect world. Anyways, I'm going to leave it at that. I got company. Love and light. I hope you are doing well. See you soon.